so cold. Alright guys, welcome back to the video and welcome back to the vlog. I know it doesn't look it right now, but the weather in New York has been pretty crazy over the past couple of days. It's just been a lot of rain, a lot of snow, and then a lot of both, right? But today we finally have semblance of what looks to be pretty good weather. So, you know, good weather plus a day off. It sounds like a pretty good recipe for a toge day to me. So that's what we're doing right now. We're heading up the mountain. It's been such a long time since I've been up the mountain, man. I would say, it's definitely my last time is definitely before the accident. So it's been like over 5 months since I've been up the toge. So hopefully we'll have a lot of fun today. But one thing that I am concerned about though is, like I said, it's been raining and snowing a lot, right? Today's like honestly the first day we're finally having some sunlight, so I am a little bit concerned that some of the roads will be closed once we get up there. I know during when it starts snowing and stuff like that, right, a lot of times they do close off a lot of the roads in the mountain just for safety reasons, which is perfectly understandable. But it would really suck if I'm driving over an hour. What is this guy doing? Okay, it would really suck if I'm driving over an hour and paying a bunch of tolls just to get up to the mountain, just for me to find out that the roads are closed, right? So hopefully that's not the case. But even if it is, honestly, the drive there is pretty nice. You guys can probably see it's just a bunch of curvy roads on the highway, which we don't actually have in New York City itself. So this is still gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna see though if we can have ourselves a pretty good day today. Until then, we have about an hour drive left to go, and I'm currently sitting at 75% of a tank. I don't know how well that focused in on it, but we're sitting at about 75% of a tank right now. We're gonna see how long or how much of that I could actually save until we get up to the mountain. I know it sounds like a lot, 75% of a tank, right? But in a rotary engine, that will disappear just like that. Oh shit, I just remembered. I forgot to bring premix. I think I still have some. Alright guys, come on, you guys can merge. Alright, good job. Alright, I thought they have a yield sign. I wasn't sure if they were gonna actually slow down for that. But yeah, I think I still have some premix in the trunk though. Hopefully that's gonna be enough to last us for the rest of today. But yeah, until then, we just have about an hour drive left to go, and we're gonna see if we can just make the most of it right now. The closer that we're getting to the mountains, the more I'm seeing snow, and it's making me kind of worried that the roads they might actually be closed. I don't know. We'll see what it's like when we actually get there, but fingers are crossed. Fingers are crossed. Alright, well, just got to the mountains, and you know, all the roads are indeed closed, but we're not gonna let that stop us from, you know, having some fun today. You know, it is what it is. It's probably better for us anyways, since I did notice there was quite a bit of snow. So even if the roads were open, I probably wouldn't have risked it anyways. But there are still some fun roads out here that we can still enjoy. So I'm gonna try this new camera angle right here, and we're gonna just drive around, you know, the mountains right here. Just not on like the actual super twisty roads, but we're still gonna have fun. We're gonna make the best out of today. We did come all the way out here, so you know, we're not gonna go home just now. So yeah, let's enjoy the drive for what it is right now. Even though the roads are all closed, right, I'm still pretty happy it came out here today. You just don't get roads like this in New York City. So even though the main tollgate is closed off, I can still have fun like this. This is still a pretty good time for me. You don't really get to open up the throttle like this in the city. I mean, as you guys can probably imagine, right? The roads here are pretty bumpy though, so hopefully the camera doesn't come falling off. After not being able to drive this car like this for 5 months, right, of it being in the shop and everything, it honestly is a thrill to bring it back here to like the mountains. You can see, by the way, I don't know if you guys can see, but remember how on my way up here I said I was on 75% of a tank? I am comfortably sitting at the center right now, so like about half a tank. It is crazy how much gas the car burns through. I wasn't even stepping on it until like literally just now. I mean, I guess I did drive about 100 miles, but yeah, man, if this car was any better on gas, I think it would just be perfect. Alright, while we're caught up to traffic here, I kind of just want to talk about the suspension setup on this car real quick, because I've been thinking about it a lot. So currently, as it sits, the RX8 is sitting on Tane Flex Z coilovers. Now, they're not like the craziest coilover setup out there, right? It is pretty nice, but I would say it's leaning more towards the entry level of coilovers. It gives you pretty good, decent, like you could get more performance out of your car for sure, and it lets you lower the car by a good amount for pretty cheap, right? But after driving on this coilover for over a year now, I don't know, I kind of want more out of it. Now, I've been researching a lot into Fortune Auto 500s and the Olin street and track ready coilovers, right? Now I know the Olins are pretty much the gold standard for pretty much all coilovers out there, but it is kind of expensive. So I don't know. I mean, I could see myself going for it. It's not that far off from the Fortune Autos. But I also hear a lot of good things about Fortune Autos, right? And the main reason why I want to upgrade is because I feel like I could get a little bit more out of this car's chassis by upgrading suspension a little bit more. And another thing is, I recently put on, well not recently, like a couple of months ago, I put on performance motor mounts on this car, right? So it currently has the BHR performance motor mounts. And ever since I put those mounts on, the car is stiffened up the car by a lot. So at lower speeds, I get a lot more NVH, right? And you know, honestly, that's perfectly fine with me. But that plus the stiffness that I'm getting from the coilovers, I don't know, it's making the rough kind of a little bit too harsh to daily drive in the city, in the streets of New York City. Like right now, I could hear the camera mount vibrating, and that's purely because of the motor mounts. It did not do that before I put those on. So like that's kind of like right now, if you guys can hear that, that's pretty much all coming from the motor mounts. And I've been thinking maybe if I upgrade the coilover setup to something with a little bit better dampening. I know the Fortune Autos have really good dampening. I know the Olins have like god tier dampening. I could get a little bit more performance out of those suspension setups, plus better comfort. I think that would be really good. I don't know, it's just something I've been thinking about. But while the roads are opened up here again, let's have a little bit more fun. Downshift it to third and go. Man, this car is so much fun. Honestly, I think it's pretty quick in a straight line. Granted, I haven't been in that many high horsepower cars before, but this thing is pretty damn quick. The RX8 is definitely not a slow car. I don't want to push it too hard because the roads are extremely wet. I mean, I don't know how well it's going to come off on camera, but there's no dry patches here. Warning for ice again, so we're just gonna chill out in this segment, in this section of the road here. You just don't get roads like this in actual New York City where you could open up the throttle. Woo. It just hugs the corners. But I could only imagine how much better it would be with better suspension. Probably the only guy that's dumb enough to come out here today to try to enjoy the roads when it's covered in snow and water. But I don't care. This is so much fun. You can hear the backfires too. is fun. Bucket seats, guys. I've been saying this for like over a year now, but man, these seats, these stock seats, do not hug you at all. But I think that's about all the fun that we're gonna have today up here. Gotta start heading back towards New York City because it's about to be 4, the sun is setting. And if possible, I like to beat the city traffic before everyone starts hopping on the highways in New York. I like to beat the city traffic. But yeah, I'm gonna start heading back now. But man, that was a lot of fun. I never drove on this road before. Like, how did I not know about that road? It's actually such a nice road. I gotta get my ass back on there when the weather gets better. But man, that was a lot of fun. Wow. Definitely need to come back here with some friends. Gotta get the Corvette back running. Gotta get the C4 Corvette running again. It's having some issues with its fuel system. It's having some issues with, I think, the injectors, and it has an exhaust leak. So gotta get those fixed, and then we get the Corvette back up here as well. But man, alright, a little gas update for you guys. All that driving, right, from New York, upstate, back, left us with about just a quarter of a tank left. So, I mean, hey, we made it back in the same gas tank, so I'm pretty happy about that. But, gotta fill her back up now. Alright guys, you made it to the end of the video, and as always, if you made it to the very end of the video, I really appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch the content, so thank you guys so much for that. It is currently the next day, and I'm moving my car for alternate side parking right now. This might honestly be my least favorite thing about owning a car in New York City. Just having to wake your ass up so early in the morning just to move your car so they can clean the streets like every couple of days. It's just whack. So I'm just sitting here in a parking lot of a Target right now. So once I put the camera down, I'll probably just walk in, do some grocery shopping, I guess, while I'm here, right? Because I pretty much have an hour and a half to burn. Not much to do right now. Don't have to work until like way later in the day, so I could just nap in the car, I guess. But I don't know how I feel about doing that in the parking lot of a Target. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the little mountain run with me. It was a little bit sad that we didn't get to hit up the toll gate, but I think it worked out in the end because we discovered a new road, and honestly that road is really fun as well. So definitely want to go check that road out again. And some of you guys have been asking in the comments like, where has the third person camera go? So where did the 360 camera go? Don't worry, I didn't get rid of the camera or anything like that. I still have it. I just am in the process of finding a new way to set it up, and we will be testing that. I actually bought the camera with me that day as well, yesterday, but I didn't really have a spot to pull over like safely and like put the whole thing on, because if you didn't know, you pretty much have to put on a whole setup thing in the trunk of the car, and then, you know, all that, right? But yeah, I just didn't want to get out of the car on the side of the road to set that up. I mean, there wasn't like a really good place for me to pull over. The actual parking lots in the mountains were actually all closed off, so I would have had to do it on the side of the road, and I just didn't feel like doing that, so I used the GoPro instead. But also sucks because that was like my old GoPro. I bought a brand new GoPro and just left that shit home. So yeah, fun times. So definitely got to hit up at the mountains again, and you know, we'll bring the actual camera equipment and we'll record that again. But yeah, gonna wrap up this video here. I feel like I'm barely awake and the sun is just beaming down on me, so get my ass into the Target and, you know, do some grocery shopping. We'll see how the day goes from there. But yeah, until the next video though, remember to stay safe out there. What is that? Is that a bike? That sounds like a bike. Until the next video though, oh, bro, I can't. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Until the next video guys, remember to stay safe out there and drive safely, alright? The world's a crazy place, so just do your best to stay safe in it. Peace.